A world where martial arts was locked in tradition. Every style had strict rules, rigid techniques, and a belief that their way was the only way. Karate had its stances, kung fu had its forms, boxing had its rhythm, and wrestling had its holds. It was a time when martial artists defended their styles like religions, refusing to believe that another system could offer something better. Yet in the middle of all this, Bruce Lee emerged with an idea that shook the entire martial arts world. He believed that fighting could not be confined to a single style. He argued that clinging to tradition was holding fighters back, and instead of worshipping forms, martial artists should focus on efficiency, adaptability, and what really worked in combat. This was not just a martial arts philosophy, it was a vision of the future. Today, in mixed martial arts competitions like the UFC, we see fighters combining boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, and countless other skills into one fluid system. What many people don't realize is that Bruce Lee was already making this argument in the 1960s. He was decades ahead of his time, predicting the evolution of fighting into something that could not be categorized, only tested in real combat. This script will take you deep into why Bruce Lee saw the future of fighting, how he built his philosophy, why it was so controversial, and why his ideas still dominate the martial arts world today. The martial arts world before Bruce Lee. To understand why Bruce Lee's argument was so revolutionary, we need to step back and look at martial arts in the early 20th century. In the 1950s and 1960s, martial arts schools were rooted in tradition. A karate student would learn katas, long sequences of moves meant to preserve technique. Kung fu students spent years memorizing forms and imitating animal styles. Judo practitioners specialized in throws and grappling but often ignored striking altogether. The idea was that if you mastered one style deeply enough, it would make you unbeatable. But this approach had a flaw. Real fighting is unpredictable. What happens when a karate fighter faces a wrestler? Or when a boxer goes against a kung fu master? Styles were not designed to answer these cross-discipline challenges. They trained within their own rules, never stepping outside their comfort zone. Bruce Lee noticed this gap immediately. He saw that martial artists were stuck in style versus style thinking instead of asking the most important question: what actually works in a real fight? His mind was already working in a way that broke the barriers of tradition. He began to argue that a true martial artist should not be a prisoner of one style but instead should take the best elements of every discipline. This simple yet powerful belief was a direct challenge to the martial arts establishment. Bruce Lee personal journey, from student to philosopher. Bruce's own martial arts journey shaped his revolutionary ideas. He grew up in Hong Kong, where he studied Wing Chun and